And this afternoon I want to show you my favourite rat trap. So because we grow our own vegetables and we've got bees and all the rest of it, as soon as the rat turns up in our backyard, they tend to stay. So what I do now is I set these rat traps permanently. Now somebody asked me this morning, do you wait until you see the rats? I said, no, we just keep these set. And we use this wild bird mix in the rat trap, and so wild bird mix is, I guess, similar to chook food. Anybody that's got chooks, the rats will always find the chook food, and so they must have a very good sense of smell, and they can smell that sort of stuff. So with this rat trap, they'll get caught. Now, I caught one last night, and I thought, what a perfect time to make this video. Now we're going to deal with him later on, but as humanely as possible. I've been looking at reviews on the internet. So this is the Big Cheese rat trap from Bunnings. It cost $42. I don't know if these are sold anywhere else in the world, but it seems like the Big Cheese brand is kind of exclusive to Bunnings in Australia. Now, the reviews that I found online are very negative. Some reviews are saying that the trap is very sensitive. And what they find is the trap's gone off and there's no rat in it or mouse. And some reviews said that somehow the rats get out. They get caught and they get out somehow. They think that they might open the door somehow by themselves. But when you look at how the door opens and closes, there's no way the rat can open this door. So, right, now to address the problem of it being too sensitive, I'll show you why it's very sensitive. Now you can see how you set it. You can see here. Now you can zoom in on that there. See where that bar is on top of there?
Yes.
Now you can see how sensitive it is. Now if I just move it slightly this way, or set it, yeah. But now what I want to show you is, right, if you find, now when this is brand new, that is a lot shinier. So the bit that it catches onto is a lot shinier, so it's a lot more slippery. So what you can do is, when you set it up, I'll just show you again, and once you set it up, what you can do is sit the trap on an angle, but you don't sort of sit it on an angle and leave the bottom open. You could have it on in a box, like you can have on a floor. Say if you've got a bit of cardboard, I'll just move it. I'll just move it over here. You could have it on the floor of a cardboard box and have the cardboard box on an angle, and that'll make it less sensitive. And but now the thing is, if you find the next day that it's gone off, all you got to do is reset it. But now, the first thing I noticed before I set it up was this big hole here. Now, I've highlighted in black the outline of that hole. You can see where this bar goes across there, one up there. And they left it there, I think, for the mechanism, but there's no need to. They left that gap so that when you set it, this thing goes through the gap. But, well, maybe it does need to be there. Yeah, it does need to be there so the mechanism goes through it. But So what I did to overcome that situation was I put a bit of plate at the back. What I did was take these two clips off, and wired this bit of plate to the inside one. As you can see.
What's that, a bit of builder's?
Yeah, just a bit of strapping, just a bit of metal with some holes in it. It was just stuff I had laying around. Now with that blocked, they can't get out. Now the other day or the other week, we got four mice in this trap, even though it's designed for rats. We caught 4 mice, full-grown mice. But you know, now the
We think it's a wonderful trap.
it is. Now,
Once you modify it.
Once I've modified it, yeah. Like the other people are giving it 2 stars and 1 star. I give it 5 stars with my modifications. But I just can't figure out why people can't look at these things and see the reason why they're getting out is because of that hole there. So I was using it without fixing it up, but I was only catching big rats. I wasn't catching any small ones. And one morning I went out to check it, and I found a big rat, half out and half in. It was dead, and its little feet were out the front and out the back, and it was dead, and it looked
Stuck.
like
It was stuck.
It was stuck. It looked like a sort of a trophy, like a trophy on a wall, you know. Because anyway, so I got a bread knife and cut it off, and I thought that my trap would have been wrecked, but no, I just cut it off with a bread knife, and the trap was good. And another day I found one half out that was alive, and so I dealt with that. And so after that, that's when I decided to put these plates at the back to stop them getting through. And since then I've caught baby rats and mice and
Everything, and they don't get out.
Yeah. Now, I'll show you my strategy for catching. Now, the idea of these traps, is to put your bait, a bit of peanut butter on that plate, right? See that plate there?
Mm-hmm.
Put a bit of peanut butter on there and then set the trap. Then they walk in, eat the peanut butter, and then trigger the thing and they get caught. But what I do is something different to that. So this trap, I've used it once for food, and you can see there's a stain on there from the one time I used it for peanut butter. And you can see this trap here, it's still got the thing on the bait here. Now, so what I do is, I'll show you. Now this is what I set up in my yard. This box here, it's just an old bee box, and what I have inside is a heap of wild bird mix. Sorry, mate. Now, I've got a heap of wild bird mix in there, and so I put the trap on top of the wild bird mix, and then set it, and then walk away and forget it. So I've got this lid that I put on top, and so what they have to do is climb through that opening there, and which is fine for a rat. You know, they don't mind climbing into things to get their food. So, and I've got one. So I have this set up adjacent to my sweet potatoes, because the rats, they love to eat the sweet potatoes. They'll just chew them off at the surface, and chew down as far as they can reach, and eat the sweet potatoes. So I've got this adjacent to my oldest sweet potato plants, and so that when they come to that area, they'll smell the seeds and get caught, and then they're not eating my sweet potatoes. I've got another one set on the back veranda. So I've caught a few early this year. Oh, well, this year's just started, but caught a few over the holiday period, over Christmas and the New Year. But the thing is, as soon as they turn up in our yard, they get caught. That's the strategy. They're not going to breed up, you know. So, yeah. So, yeah. What people might say, oh, what do you do with them once you caught them? Well, we drown them. So we don't just put them in water and let them tread water and drown. We immerse the whole cage in water and then they drown, and it happens in 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds, they're drowned and they're dead. So that's probably more humane than to just drop them in the water and let them drown through.
Or use a snap trap.
Or use a snap trap, yeah. Well, sometimes a snap trap is deadly, you know, instant kill, and other times it's not. But the one good thing about these traps is if you catch a native species, you simply just let it go, or you can take it somewhere else and let it go.
We've taken them for drives, haven't we?
Taken them for drive, yeah. So we've got those little tiny native mice that we've caught. We take them for a drive and set them free. Or you might get a blue-tongued lizard get caught in them. And the beauty of having the shade on, having the lid on there, it keeps them in the shade. If you get a blue-tongued lizard caught, well, it's not going to cook in the sun. Now, what do I do with them after I drown them? I put them in the worm farm. And especially if you've got black soldier flies breeding up in your worm farm, you can, the black soldier fly will turn these into, they'll just consume them in a matter of about a week. It's just incredible how fast the black soldier fly consume these things. And then you've got the compost worms as well on top of that. So all you find is just a skull and a few bones at the end of it. So but turning them back into fertiliser, really. So that's about. Can you think of anything that I've left out?
No, I can't.
Yeah, okay, well, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
How did you get it?